Welcome everyone to Presentation Masters this evening. Our first presenter is Maree Pickens. She'll be doing the presentation Going Beyond Our Club. With her presentation Going Beyond Our Club, Maree Pickens.
Giving a speech, taking on a meeting role, serving as a club officer, working in a club committee. These are all just many of the things that people can do as members of our club, involving themselves in activities that can stretch them beyond their initial reasons for joining the club. We might be an experienced club, but it's no different for us as it is for any other club. We want to help our members expand their experiences in Toastmasters by looking at the many opportunities we have for people to learn and grow. So tonight I'd like to focus on three areas where we can give people an opportunity to grow. The first is speech contests, then I'd like to talk about leadership, and then finish with conference. We're currently in the midst of speech contests. As we move from the club to the area and then on to the division and even to the district, we know that we've got many roles to fill in running a contest. And yet too often we tap people on the shoulder who we know have been there many times before. Are we really giving our members a chance to develop their skills? It's the perfect environment to experience what it's like to be involved in a contest without being a contestant. One of the really exciting roles that I feel we should do more to interest people in trying out is the role of the test speaker in an evaluation contest. Wow, this is a chance that they can just give one of maybe their previous speeches, but to a brand new audience. By volunteering to be a test speaker at another club contest, area or above, they're putting themselves out there. They're stretching their comfort zone and they're inviting others, multiple people, to give them feedback on their speech. What a tremendous opportunity. And yet, I find clubs often are struggling to get a test speaker. We need to do more to make people aware of this opportunity. We also know that for every contest we need judges, we need tally counters, timers, the sergeant at arms, and don't forget the value of being part of the audience. I'm not forgetting contest chairs and chief judges, but when we've got newer members who haven't perhaps experienced contests, it's best to bring them in to those easier roles, particularly if they can be buddied up with someone more experienced. We had this experience just last night at one of my clubs where a brand new member was invited to be the timer alongside an experienced member. They loved it. They didn't really understand what was going on, but they listened to the instructions, they were guided, and they immersed themselves in the excitement of knowing exactly how long someone spoke for and practicing their poker face to make sure that they didn't reveal any indication for how the contestant's time was going to either the audience or to the speaker themselves. And then the tally counters. I had two tally counters at my most recent speech contest where I was chief judge, and I had the opportunity to help them understand. Yes, judges are going to have differing opinions, but because we've got a number of judges, it's a fair contest because every judge's vote counts, and the process of ensuring that it's accurate is where the tally counters play a vital role. Of course, they're sworn to secrecy. In fact, maybe they need to chew up the piece of paper and swallow it just to make sure no one sees the results. And then finally, when it comes to contests, let's not forget the importance of the contest chair and the judges. These are other roles that, sure, It helps if people have got a little bit more experience in the Toastmaster world, maybe have seen a contest. But again, at our contest last night, we gave out the judging form to everyone in the club to practice, even though only a small number were the official judges. Any opportunity we can give our members to learn more about speech contests means we've got more people who are willing to take on these roles as we move up the different levels and gives more clubs an opportunity to tap people from other clubs. So contests are a great opportunity to give members a chance to stretch themselves. Our second area, of course, is leadership. Isn't Toastmasters where leaders are made? Well, they can't be made if we're not giving them those opportunities. And sometimes they are oblivious to what is outside their club. They see that there are committee members and that's it. They don't see beyond that. And yet we've got area directors, we've got division directors, we've got district leaders, and of course we've got all the many people that support them in different roles, such as administration manager, finance manager, club coach coordinator. These are just some of the many roles available in the district from a leadership perspective. If we're going to build leadership bench strength in the district, we need to help educate our members about leadership beyond the club. That's why we recently held a workshop, Behind the Badge. What exactly does Program Quality Director mean? What other opportunities are there for someone who might have a latent desire to perhaps shine as a leader and they don't get that opportunity at work or in their community? So if we can raise awareness about these roles, then we're going to find that there's some hidden talent amongst our membership that we can invite to learn more and to develop them to become our future leaders. So I encourage each and every one of you to think, hey, I may have been a leader, but how did I get interested? What could I do to encourage someone? So it's sharing links to the video about Behind the Badge, Voices of Leadership. It's inviting them to sit in on a district council meeting. It's not just for presidents and VPEs. And of course, inviting them to come along to some of our events, such as conference, where you hear from many of our leaders and see them in action. But sometimes inviting them to come outside the club can be challenging. And that's why the role of the area director is vital in visiting a club and not spending time with the old guard, the people who've been around a long time, maybe have been club officers many times over. It's the area director spending time with the newer members, helping them understand more about their role, why they took it on, what they're finding exciting, what has been the rewards, so that people go, oh, really, you've only been in Toastmasters a couple of years and you're already doing this role? Yes, and you could too. If we move beyond the leadership roles to where you can hear and see them in action, no better place than conference. Our District 17 conference is fast approaching, coming up to May, and we know that new people who come along to conference are normally absolutely blown away. They are so inspired. They learn so many hints and tips from our world-class speakers, and they're definitely impressed by the caliber of our contestants in our speech finals. Conference is also an opportunity to get more involved. Last year's conference, we saw many new members put their hand up to be a helping hand at the registration desk, helping in sergeant at arms roles and traffic control, and just being a general helper to get things set up and to help pack things away. But being immersed in the conference in a more hands-on role means that they get to see it takes a lot of people to run a successful conference, but at the same time, it can be very rewarding. So there you have it. We have a chance to help members go beyond their clubs, beyond our club even of experienced Toastmasters. We can say, what is your next task to step up to? What opportunity have you not yet tapped and think maybe you should do? Be it taking an active role in a contest outside the club, be it stepping up to a leadership role, even if it's in a more support capacity. And third, make sure that you sign up for conference and sign up to help. Show that you're interested in doing more than just being a member. Because if we can lead by example, we can inspire many others to step up too and really experience the wonderful plethora of opportunities that Toastmasters has to offer. I look forward to hearing more about your interest in stepping up.
Thank you,